And we're live.
So
Arian is an ex-NFL player, which means, of course, we have to start out with the topic of you tweeted that you could beat up a wolf, and I disagree. Are you still as confident?
The thing about that whole deal is if you're not confident about it, you're going to die anyway. So you might as well go into it with confidence, you know?
Okay.
But aren't you afraid of the teeth and the jaws?
No.
And like
he has teeth and he has a jaw. And you
have...
overestimated the amount of jaws that wolves have.
They only have one jaw. But, but I think you have to look in that. I think when that tweet took off, it's weird saying that, but when that tweet took off, like the context of the conversation wasn't I'm out here looking for wolves to beat up. Like it was just the fact that if I happen to get caught in a one-on-one situation, which is rare anyways, as people do, but it's rare that would happen because wolves run in packs anyway. And if you catch one-on-one, he's probably wounded or he's outcasted from the pack. So your chances in heightened there, heightened then. So it wasn't the context was just if I caught one that just happened to be in that situation, I think I could get a wolf one-on-one.
Arian, don't back off this. I'm on your team. I think I can take a wolf, and I'm just a regular guy. A wolf in the octagon. You got this. You totally got it. You're like 3 times as heavy as a wolf is.
I don't know about that one, but like I think it depends. There's a
Chiz,
spectrum.
How heavy is a wolf? Carry on.
There's a spectrum, but we can get Chiz's fact check on it. But like there's a spectrum. So there's regular wolves and then there's super big wolves which can range from like 200 to 220, right? So I'm 230. So I'm thinking if I do catch a wolf, I doubt I'm gonna catch an alpha 220 male. You know, but if I do, you know, I gotta
66 to 200
be
pounds.
Catching,
That's
like if
huge
it's an
range.
injured one, I agree with you. If it's like some shitty pod wolf that can't get a good lunge, like for sure. But if you run into like an outcast wolf, that's just like a previous alpha male wolf that used to run shit. You know, that'd be like boxing a modern day Tyson. Like he's not his prime at all, but he's still gonna beat the shit out of you.
I don't think so, man. I think that's different. Like wolves wolves don't train. You know, they just survive. Like,
yes. Oh my God, that wolf doesn't know what a rear naked choke was and has no idea what the defense is.
Exactly. So like, he's not out here reading the anatomy and biology of human beings, right? I know
he's never fought a human before.
He doesn't even know he doesn't even know the taxonomy of humans, right? So I know where he comes from. He doesn't know where I come from, right?
That's
so
true.
I have that tactical advantage on him.
Maybe,
so I think
it doesn't have to know a strategy because like if you present a wolf with any problem, the solution is always going to be bone crushing jaws.
Right.
Hey, what do you do against this opponent? Bone crushing jaws.
And sometimes that can be to its detriment, right? So you have to outsmart the wolf. So if his one move is bone crushing jaws, and I stick a log in there, he's gonna be chewing the log.
Where are you gonna acquire a log?
I mean, not a big log. Let's say a stick. I don't say a log.
I thought we were going hand to jaw here. Like at best you get gloves. Like I'm thinking you should have to go in naked because he's not coming in. Are you gonna let him go into like a Kevlar wolf vest? No.
I'll give him a cup just so we get one too.
Let's put me in regular clothes and at least give me. Can I have boots? Can I have boots or what do I got on?
Because I am hiking. Pads, like if you were in football pads and helmet, you whoop his ass. You could take that helmet off and hold it by the face mask and pummel him to death.
No question. Yeah. But if you give me my tactical advantage is our human intellect, right? So I'm looking for various objects around me that I could use. He's not.
That's true. And if he saw one, he doesn't have hands. So he'd be like, well, this is unfortunate.
He does have hands. He just doesn't have thumbs. He
has paws.
Has little paws.
I'm thinking about, so Arian doesn't know. We've talked about we discussed fighting animals many, many times. And they often give me like this super alpha wolf. Like, Woody, you couldn't take this king of all wolves. But that's not fair because I'm not king of all people. I feel like if this was going to be fair, you are king of all people, though. You're a professional athlete. You get an alpha wolf, and I get 120 pounds.
Am I king? I don't.
Oh,
you're
really?
top 1%.
You're
of the top
1%. The wolf should be too. Fair is fair.
But that's why I say, I mean, it's in different genres, right? So like I'm top 1% of football, right? Which is kind of a contact sport. But if you look at like top 1% and 1%, of you look more towards like MMA, like that.
I
would
hear
be,
you. Okay, let's just say you're standing in a long line at the movie theater. What percentage of people in that line can you beat up?
Okay, I am okay. I'd be 1%.
I can fuck up most people in a movie theater
Yeah,
line.
well, you're gonna be top something percent too. I don't know what it is. 5.
It depends on what movie's
2?
being played.
Like Rocky 7, maybe not, but but The Notebook 2, I'm gonna conquer that line.
So you got
Yeah, we this actually came up. I had a bunch of people over for one of the games this past weekend, and a topic came up that I have brought up a lot, which is grizzly bear versus silverback gorilla. And it started, and I must have had 15 people over, and it started with a little conversation in the corner of my kitchen. And by the time the second half was going to start, nobody was watching this game, and there were heated arguments. Like, you fucking idiot! You really think a gorilla's going to come out on top? The bear has a stronger mouth. It's got claws. Like, obviously, the correct answer is grizzly bear. We all know this.
Yeah.
What are their weights?
Yeah,
A
I might go
giant grizzly bear
silverback.
is like 2 or 3 times the size. Like
Is
a
that right?
grizzly bear is about, or a grizzly bear, a silverback, a big alpha male silverback is about my height standing up, so like 6 foot, maybe a little more, and it's like 500 pounds. A giant grizzly bear could be like 10 feet tall, and it's got claws, and
Chiz, would
one
you kindly
swipe.
find the high end on grizzly bear and silverback
Yeah.
weights? 600
I
pound
don't-
bear. Okay.
No,
I
this
think
is
they're bigger than
anti-bear
that.
propaganda, Chiz.
Yeah.
I'm
that was
tired of
written
And a
by the
430
Grizzlies,
pound
by the-
silverback. Oh man, this is a better fight than you're making it on too. Because
What are you on,
Yeah.
silverback.org? Bullshit. Get outta here.
I think I'm gonna hang my hat with the gorilla, man.
I like
No.
because the intellect, right? Like I think it.
I think-
does this happen in a forest?
It
I think
happens-
terrain matters. Terrain matters.
It definitely matters. But I mean, it wouldn't matter if there were trees, because a grizzly, or I'm not a grizzly, well, a grizzly could probably climb the trees better anyway.
Just- here's
Because
the thing.
gorillas aren't arboreal.
I know for a fact that gorillas will sometimes use clubs, or they might just bang things together to create a
Gorillas don't
frightening-
use clubs.
No, they do. I saw it on TV.
Just trying to find one clip of a gorilla utilizing
Yeah,
its
and
claws.
I've seen gorillas use 2 things that make noise and like clap them at each other in just an intimidation tactic.
Yeah, but it was trying to scare off like a smaller gorilla, or like
What
maybe
does David Attenborough have to say about all this?
David Attenborough knows the truth. The grizzly would butt bucket.
See if Chiz can Google the bite force of a grizzly bear versus a gorilla. I think a gorilla is stronger.
I think you're right there, but like the big proving factor to me there is the difference. Like the gorilla has hands, which are good, but claws, like giant claws that the grizzly has with that swipe. Like I feel like almost the dumbness of the bear is gonna come into play in a positive. Where like the gorilla, when it gets wounded, it's cogent enough to be like, all right, I'm backing off. I got a harem of like 60 gorilla bitches. I can just go fuck them, get away from this bear.
I don't know about another silverback though. That's what they do.
They
Look
do,
at
but
this.
they've never fought a bear.
Look at
gotta
this. Look at this image right here. Look at that fucking paw.
What the fuck? Okay, that's even bigger than I thought bears were. Like,
Right? It's easy to forget how big these fucking things are. Okay, like
How tall is
That's-
this man?
Yeah, that is
8
a
feet
miniature
tall.
person.
That is an 8-foot tall man.
He's 4'8".
He's a prop. He's on Little People on Discovery
That's
Channel.
Alexandra Remus. He played European basketball. He's
Dude,
a
those
huge man.
claws look like Wolverine, like adamantium, unobtainium, whatever that stuff he's made of is ridiculous.
Adamantium.
Adamantium.
My
So
bad.
eventually, with a huge amount of lobbying, I got enough people on the Team Grizzly to end that discussion. It was like 45 minutes into it. I was like, I shouldn't have brought this up.
Yeah. No, this is. I love topics like
It's
this.
intriguing.
I wouldn't. Here's how you really answer this. Which would you prefer to face off with in the wilderness? Clearly, the gorilla.
Yeah.
I mean,
Either way, you're gonna die.
Yeah, I don't know
Not
how
necessarily, because maybe the gorilla might be smart enough to be like, this guy poses no harm to me. Keep moving, little bald ape. And but the grizzly is gonna literally rip you apart alive. That's what they
But
do.
don't they? It might be an urban myth, but can't you play dead with a bear? I mean, it totally might be a myth.
Some people will play dead, but sometimes the bear just doesn't lose interest.
I googled. I did a Google image
You
search.
only hear
of
about the stories we're playing dead worked.
I did a Google image search of gorilla
Fair
fighting
point.
tools, and the only images that support my argument are clearly photoshopped. So I think I might have been wrong about that one. I did find an image, however, of a
I think
gorilla
with
and a polar
black
bear in the
bears,
octagon.
I think you're supposed to play dead with black bears, but run from grizzly bears.
Yeah, I mean, like, but black bears are teeny compared to brown bears.
In comparison, I believe so. I think the polar bear is the largest of bears.
I think the Kodiak bear is the largest. Woody, that's a Photoshop picture of two animals in an octagon.
You know, how do you know it's
That on the
Photoshop
screen.
for sure?
That on the screen, I like that. I wish that they also had like John Jones there, like in the background, like flexing, like with bottles of dick pills
Doing
all
the
around.
suck it thing.
How many John Jones would it take to beat up a gorilla?
Ooh, a lot.
Probably like 7, 8.
Right. This is almost like the how many 10-year-olds can Taylor take sort of question. Yeah. But you're
serious,
totally
it's like,
right, though. No
what's
one
the
seems to
boxer
be a shooting star, with the exception of maybe John Jones.
And
for more
Amanda
than a year or
Nunez. So the next fight is now that Cyborg has beaten up Holly Holm, Amanda Nunez is going to fight Cyborg in Brazil. Who wins that fight?
Cyborg.
Oh, I don't even care. Man.
I have no idea about UFC. Like I'm this is all brand new
I
to
thought
me.
you do. Okay.
When in doubt, I always bet on whatever guy seems like he's more Eastern European. Because those guys seem to really beat the shit out of each other.
Dude, that's Habib. Habib is from fucking Dagestan. They call him the Eagle. In 1997, as a child, he's wrestling bears. There's video of the man wrestling a bear as a child. It's hilarious.
And he don't think I could beat a wolf. That's crazy.
Well, these were trained bears.
I think you could take the wolf. I honestly do think
Yeah,
you could take
my
the wolf.
money's
Especially
on
like a
it, too.
medium-sized wolf. I had a friend
No
who
way
was
he
a
gets to
Marine.
take on an everyday wolf. That's not fair.
I had a friend that beat up a
You
pit
want to
bull.
put me with the alpha? That's crazy, man.
Because you're an alpha. It's a
Beat up
compliment.
a pit bull, but a
Yeah.
pit bull's like a fifth as strong as a wolf.
That's true, I guess. But he beat up the pit bull using a tactic that I saw a man here describing on Twitter. He grabbed it by the jowls, like on either side of its jowls, and lifted it up off the ground, and then just choke slammed the dog down to the ground. And the dog can do shit.
Yeah.
Stones,
I
bro.
mean, if you're quick enough to
Then he bit it.
grab just to teach it a lesson, huh?
Yeah, in the middle of a party with like people watching, he choke slammed this lady's dog and bit it on the nose.
That's insane. Actually,
That guy also accidentally shot himself in the foot with a 1911, like 45 ACP, and he was in the Marines at the time. He didn't want to get in trouble, so he just neosporin that shit up and wrapped it up in ace bandage and kept going.
Good for him.
Well, thanks for watching.